Okay, well, look at me. I've got something. Now, for you at home, it won't make any difference because it'll probably just be another week for me in videos. But it's actually been quite a while since the last time I recorded a video. People have been, and I don't know who, I don't know who does this, but people have been using my affiliate links, which you can find in the blog that's linked below, to DriveThruRPG when making some purchases, and that has actually been doing fairly well for me lately, better than it has in a long time. And consequently, I've been able to make a few purchases that I normally would not be able to. So, what do I have first? All That Glitters, UK number 6, adventure module for 5 to 8 characters, level... Oh, I just shook the whole camera. Level 3 to 5. This is for... I'm going to adjust this platform that the camera is on that I'm bumping with my knee. There we go. This is for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. This is the print on demand from DriveThruRPG. I think I already said that. This is from TSR from the old days. The lure of gold has drawn many adventurers through the ages. Now a cryptic treasure map has come into your possession. Are you a match for the jungle and the unknown lands beyond? All That Glitters by Jim Bambra. Does this say what year? 1984? So every time I see this cover, it makes me think of a video game because I think this looks like a keyboard with a screen and then all this. So every time I see it, I think it's a video game thing. And I always thought that was really weird. I thought it was going to be like a VR adventure or something. But apparently, no. I've seen a couple people talk about this. I can't remember if Captain Courageous did or not, but I know that Seth Skorkowski did a review of this, and in fact, I think just recently did an updated, like a re-review, where he brings in Jack the NPC and all that from some of his. He's been revisiting some of his really early videos. Anyway, it sounded like I don't know what I sound like I'm drunk or something. But anyway, it sounded like a pretty fun adventure, or at least like it has the pieces for a pretty fun adventure. It's all I'm usually looking for anyway. Ideas, set pieces, things that will break me out of my own thought patterns and see somebody else's. Now, I see what looks like a ton of maybe read aloud text or something, which is an insane amount. Obviously, not going to do that. I did try sort of as a fun lark or a retro gaming experience or something like that. I ran, what was it? It was one of the Dungeon Crawl Classics modules I was running for some friends, and I actually did, I think it was Sailors on the Seas of Fate, I think. Sailors on the Starless Sea. Oh my gosh. It's been a long day. Anyway, and I tried reading the read aloud text somewhat from that just to kind of capture that weird vibe. This is such an odd illustration. I don't know. It feels more like Ralph Bakshi-esque than what I would expect. I didn't need the blade to get into that box. Anyway, this sounds like it's got some really cool ideas in it, though. That's what I'm getting at. And my plan will be to steal those ideas and write, either fill in my own stuff or just take the pieces of it and make it my own. I love handouts, and this has some handouts, which is great. Maps in the back. Yeah. So, it's print on demand. It's fine. The scan, I will say, this is one of the first times I've really noticed, and I don't know if this is going to show up, but I find the scan does look a little muddy on some of these early pages, and I don't know if that's just from the original. You know what it looks like? It looks like somebody photocopied newsprint. That's what the early pages look like. I guess actually, as I'm flipping through, that's what a lot of the pages look like. They kind of look like photocopied newsprint. You can even, I don't know if this will show up on my phone, but you can see a slight spot here where the scan is on the page. Anyway, so there's definitely a kind of muddy grayness to it that again looks like newspaper. I don't know what the original looked like. I've not played this. I haven't really played any of the classic D&D modules. Is that correct? I think that's correct. I don't think I've ever played any of them. I think that's correct. So have you? Have you rated it for your own stuff? I'm now leaning a lot heavier towards Shadow Dark, as I think it does a lot of what I liked about Dungeon Crawl Classics, as far as what Dungeon Crawl Classics did with a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons ideas, the tweaks that it made that suddenly made the game make more sense to me and make it more fun to me. I feel like Shadow Dark played off of those twists and then simplified things, and I do like a simplified game. As much as I think some of the Hells of Pop and craziness of Dungeon Crawl Classics is still cool, I also like a simplified game. So I think if I end up running this, or if I end up putting this into somewhere, it'll probably end up in a Shadow Dark game for me, but maybe Dungeon Crawl Classics. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. Yeah, there we go. All that glitters, not a video game thing at all. Until next time, I'll open the next thing in this box, I guess. Take care.